So the problem is the social gap between the rich and the poor in our world is getting bigger and bigger every year. Well, in an unequal world like this, nothing is fair, right? I'm not saying that it's wrong that there's a big gap, but in some perspective, you can say it as, well, it's not wrong, but it's not right either. But let me get this straight. In an unfair world that we live in, the globe's richest 1% own over half of the world's wealth. And if we look from, well, some point of view, it might seem like that's just normal. That's just the way it is, right? But if we look at a different perspective, well, that's somehow like the richest 1% trying to steal from us or trying to rob us in some way. You might think that well, they're rich because they deserve to be rich, and the poor don't deserve to be rich because they don't work. And well, it's sometimes true, because the rich they have their determination, they work hard. But you see, there's a one thin line between the word determination and greed. You have determination for your job, for your family, for your friends, whatever. It's good to have determination. But once you cross the line, once you have turned your determination into greed, it collapses. It's like crumbling sandcastles. Well, you have no identity. You're just inhumane. You have turned into a business machine, a money machine. You just keep making money and stealing from the poor, stealing from the lower class. See, our modern world is damaged. Just like in Cry the Beloved Country, the best book ever. The best book ever that I've read. Thank you, Mr. Mark, for giving me the opportunity to read this. You can see the apartheid in Africa is like that. You can see that the gap between the white and the black is a huge gap. And it is amazing. It is relatable. The white are like the one richest percent of the world, trying to push the black down, trying to oppress the black. And the black are like the poor. The whites trying to steal everything. They're trying to steal lands, steal resources from Africa. And it's just like stealing from the poor if we trying to relate this into our modern world. Well, in modern world, it's like the status, the wealth status. But in the book, The Cry of the Beloved Country, well, the issue in the book is about discrimination and social status. Look at the white, the European, and the black. It's just painful. Another example of this would be when John got his power, and well, before he got his power, he worked hard. He has his determination. He invested in his work and speeches, so he got famous from his speeches, and he was the only one who stood up and protect his people. But later in the story, the determination had turned into the word greed, and that when everything collapses. He started to corrupt. He helped his son out in a bad way, so he basically just used his power to get his son out of trouble. And that is how one determined person, good person, turned into a greedy person, just because of power. So basically, the rich in our modern world are like the white in the book, and the poor, the poor in our modern world is like the black in the book. And I'm not saying that the gap is something that is morally wrong, but don't you think it's not wrong, but it's not right either, right? And there's the modern world issue, that we still don't have the solution to this. Or even if we have the solution, well, who might willing to pursue the solution? Sometimes we might see the rich are trying to donate money to those and that charity, but they're making up for their looks, just trying to make the world a better place for them. But you gotta realize that they're slowly damaging our humanity. They're slowly damaging the world. They're slowly damaging our society. Now you can see that the social gap problem has been a problem for like decades ago, and it's getting bigger and bigger nowadays, which is, it seems like there's no solution to this. But it's time to start doing something. but I think there's a way. Make sure you don't turn your determination into greed, and you will succeed. Lastly, as you conceptualize your response and solution, please make an effort to think holistically and sustainably by considering and directly mentioning multiple sides of sustainability compass to be discussed in class. Well, let's see. Well, if you can accomplish this goal, then of course one aspect of sustainability compasses society, government, culture, institutions, social concerns. Well, it's definitely social concerns because it's we live in the same society, and if we will be able to make the society to be more equal, it's always good. But another one would be well-being. You see, if we are able to accomplish the goal, and if the rich stop stealing from the poor, or they are more wealthy, they have more money, they can have more like a better individual health, they'll have a better self-development and have a better community, better society, a better world. TED, ideas worth spreading.